Real quick, I just want to remind everybody that mental health care is still in the dark ages. For example, when it comes to depression, most people get little to no benefit from therapy. This isn't a fringe conspiracy theory. This isn't something that Tom Cruise told me at a party. This is the New York Times. And one of the largest studies ever done, they showed that about a third of patients entered remission on their depression. Like, it really did cure them. And that's great. For most people, they either got very little benefit or none. For a small segment, they got worse. Here's the title of the article if you want to look it up. And I understand why we don't like to talk about this, because we don't want to discourage anyone from seeking out help. To be clear, the number one problem with mental health care right now is that people do not have access to it. They either can't afford it, or they can't fit it into their schedule, or their condition is not such that they can even do that. But at the same time, it is very frustrating the way we talk about therapy as if it can cure you in the same way that we know how to heal something like a broken bone or an infection, where we've pretty much got it down to where in almost every case we can get you right back to the way you were before within days or weeks. The science is not there yet. And that's true whether you're talking about therapy or whether you're talking about medication. With the antidepressants we have now, you can get 75 to 80% of the same effect from a placebo, and the placebos won't have the side effects. Again, that's the New York Times. None of what I'm saying is like fringe hidden information. That's just the state of the science. We don't have great treatments right now. But it is very frustrating because it means there's a category of person who we have no sympathy for, which is someone who has tried to get help and has tried to go to therapy and tried to take the medication and said it didn't work for me. Because we have this thing now where we like to just bark at people like, well, you need help, or you'll do anything other than go to therapy, as if therapy is just this instant cure-all. Maybe we'll have the techniques refined down to a point where it is someday in the future. Right now it's not. The results are not great. Anyone in the field will tell you the results are not great. And if you run into someone who says something like, well, a good hike through the woods, that's my antidepressant, or working in the garden, that's how I treat my anxiety, don't laugh at them. Based on what we know on how placebos perform against medication, scientifically, they're right. If they found something that works, you're in no position to tell them it doesn't. Not yet.